Welcome to the F2 Award Show, where I, your host, Harrison Turpett, will be presenting 14 different awards across a range of categories for the 2017 to 2023 F2 seasons. The Winningest Driver Award. Now, the Winningest Driver Award. This is for a driver who's won the most races across all of the F2 championships. As you can see, we have 7 honourable mentions, with Nicholas Latifi with 6 wins, Robert Schwartzman with 6 wins, Theo Pourchaire, Jack Doohan also have 6 wins. Then 3 people on 7 wins, with Vesti, Russell and Leclerc, all at that 7-win margin. The winner is a 3-way tie with 8 wins apiece for Felipe Drugovich, Nick De Vries and Artem Markelov. Well done, boys. The Sprinter Printer Award. Our next award, the Sprinter Printer. These guys, they can print points in the sprint races. And we have 7 honourable mentions. Mick Schumacher, Oliver Rowland, Nick De Vries, Robert Schwartzman, Charles Leclerc, Liam Lawson and Victor Martins. They're all between that 3 to 4 point range. But the elite guys, they get at least 4 points a sprint race. That's impressive. In third, we have Lando Norris, clocking an impressive 4.2 points per race. Next up is the guy that beat him to the championship, George Russell, with 4.3 points a race in the sprint races. And in first, only having done 2 races, winning one of them, Sergei Sorokin. Yes, he came in for a total of 2 race weekends, so he had 2 sprint races. He won one, DNF'd in the other. He's the top of the list for now. Impressive stuff, Sergi. Around the Block Award. And now we have the Around the Block Award. And this is for a driver who's been at many races. A lot of races. In this case, you can see that some of these drivers have between 70 and 90 races. With Jack Aitken, Marino Sato, Theo Pourchaire, Arthur Markelov, Sean Gillow, Louis Delatraz, Jan de Rouvler, all getting between that margin. With the top 3, they've gone above and beyond, with 2 of them getting more than 100. In third place we have Luca Giotto with 94 races. Roy Asani is above him with 114 races. And in the lead by 6 races, and the winner of this award, Ralph Boschung, with 120 races raced in Formula 2. Impressive stuff. Usain Bolt Award. Now this next award is going to be a little bit more serious. The Usain Bolt Award. This is the percentage of sprint races won. As you can see, 7 honourable mentions. Luca Giotto with 11% of sprint races he's competed in, he's won them. Dennis Hauger, same again, 11% of sprint races he's raced in, he's won. Marcus Armstrong and Zoe Gonyu, the next in line, with Charles Leclerc an impressive 18%. Frederick Vesti, very surprisingly, 19%. And Robert Schwartzman, 20%. In third place, we have Liam Lawson with 23%. George Russell follows, in joint first with Anton Hubert. Well done, Hubert. Really impressive, and it's sad we didn't get to see you in the elite motorsport of F1. He wasn't around for long in F2, but he sure did leave a mark, and hopefully this record stays for a long time to come. The Rack 'em Up Award. The next award is the Rack 'em Up Award. We have the drivers with the most points in the championship ever. As you can see, it's quite a lot. And some of these one-time winners like Piastri and Russell, they aren't here because you need more than 1 season to get into this list. Some of the guys' honourable mentions are Robert Schwartzman, Jahan de Rouvler, Frederick Vesti, Arthur Markelov, Sergei Sete Kamara, Nicholas Latifi and Theo Pourchaire. They're all veterans of F2. They've been around for a while, a few seasons at least, to get into this point margin. The top 3 though are made up of Felipe Drugovich, the winner, the Brazilian, who's currently with Aston Martin Jr. Nick De Vries, he had a great time when he was in F2, but couldn't keep it up when he got the call up to F1. A little bit too late for the Dutchman. And in first, surprisingly, is Luca Giotto. Wow, very impressive, Luca. The Time for Some Bubbles Award. Now something for a little bit more classy. We have the Time for Some Bubbles Award. Now these guys have got the most podiums in F2 ever. Our honourable mentions are Liam Lawson, Arthur Markelov, seems to be showing up a lot recently, Frederick Vesti, Jehender Ruvla, Sergio Sete Camara, and Felipe Drogovic. But we have 4 guys all battling for those top 4 spots, with Nicholas Latifi with 20 podiums, Theo Pourchaire with 20 podiums also. In second we have Nick De Vries with 23 podiums, and in first, again, it's the underrated guy Luca Giotto with 24 podiums. Beats out Nick by 1. Well done, Giotto, and you've certainly surprised me. Fancy a feature award? Boom, boom. Now these guys fancy a feature, and they'll be coming to a diss track near you. Yes, that's right. These guys love a feature race, and they have the most points per feature race out of all F2 drivers ever. First up, we have Theo Pourchaire with 9.8 points per race. Just above him is Felipe Drogovic with 9.9 points per race. Above the both of them, on a solid 10.3, is Robert Schwartzman. Also, Nick De Vries. Oliver Rowland, someone who only competed in one season, the first season, 2017, and lost and came third to Charles Leclerc. He is in 6th, behind Yuki Tsunoda. Talented guy. George Russell follows them. Then the top 3 are, drum roll please, Zhou Guanyu in 3rd with 14.5 points per race. Then Charles Leclerc with 15.5 points per race. And in first, the most points per race in feature races across F2, Oscar Piastri, who averages 18.9 points per race. That's more than second place, so on average, he's getting between second and first place. That's bonkers to me. He must have had a very consistent season in that one season he won as a rookie. The Mr. Consistent Award. Smooth operator. Smooth operator. These guys are smooth operators and definitely consistent. The Mr. Consistent Award is about which drivers constantly get on that podium. And these guys, they love some steps. We've got Nicholas Latifi, just under 30% of the time, he's there. Liam Lawson is there too. Nick De Vries, above a third of the time, he's on the podium. Lando Norris, 35% of the time, podium baby. Victor Martins, just under 40%, he's there. And Zhou Guanyu, he's there as well. He shows up a lot on these lists. Congratulations. Then we have a 2-way tie for 3rd place, with Oliver Rowland and his competitor Charles Leclerc sharing that bottom set of the podium. They're always on the podium, I tell you, with 45% of the time on it. Just one spot above them is George Russell with 46% podiums. Then of course it is Oscar Piastri, that amazing guy who's on the podium 50% of the time. Every other race, he's on the podium. This guy, man, this guy. The Bumper Kart King Award. These guys are lucky to be alive. They have the most retirements in all of F2, ranging from 9 all the way up to almost 30. We have 7 honourable mentions in Clement Novalak, Luca Giotto, expected as he's raced a lot of races, similar to Alesi, Sato, and Delatraz. Marcus Armstrong is a surprising one, as he hasn't raced as many races as these other guys. Theo Pourchaire is up next with 11 retirements. It's a big step up to the top 3, with Sean Galal in 3rd with 18 retirements. 2 above him is Roy Nassani, and then in 1st place is Ralph Boschung. That's right, the most races, most retirements. Kind of obvious, but keep it together, Ralph. The Tortoise and the Hare Award. Next up, Tortoise and the Hare Award. These guys love a longer race, just like the quirky old tortoise. Let's get into the honourable mentions. Jack Doohan makes one of his only entries into our list today, with Nick De Vries just above him Felipe Dragovic is there also, with Tsunoda, Roland and Behrman. Behrman makes a surprising appearance, seeing as he hasn't been around for very long. Zhou Guanyu just misses out on those top 3 spots. Then the top 3, I think we all know who they are, but in what order. In 3rd place we have George Russell, the Brit. Above him, Charles Leclerc with 45% feature race wins. Then top of them both, Oscar Piastri with 50% feature race wins. Congratulations, gentlemen, you deserve it. The next Step On It award. Up next, did someone call a Dutchman? We have the Max Verstappen Award. These guys, they love winning races, like Verstappen does. So, top 7 honourable mentions. Felipe Dragovic, 12%. Anthony Hubert, 13% with those 2 sprint race victories. Yuki Tsunoda, also up there, tied with Frederic Besti on 13%. Then above them, tied on 15%, Oliver Behrman, Robert Schwartzman, 2 Ferrari guys. Zhou Guanyu, who's on 19%. A really underrated season for him. So sad that Oscar Piastri was there, because he would definitely have won the title if it wasn't for him, even though he came 3rd behind Schwartzman. And it's the usual suspects for the top 3. We have a change of order though, with Oscar Piastri in 3rd place with 25% of wins. He sure dropped it when it came to the sprint races, but we all know he's the king of a feature race. George Russell, 29% wins. He had a very competitive field as well, so that's impressive for George. Then one of the first victories for Charles in tonight's award ceremony. 30% of the wins means he wins the Max Verstappen Award. The Lightning McQueen Memorial Award. Now, as we get into the final awards of the evening, we have the 3rd to last award, the Lightning McQueen Memorial Award. This one is especially special to me. In my opinion, it shows the strong from the weak, the men from the boys. How many points do you get per race? This shows in sprint races, feature races, all races, how good are you? Top 7 honourable mentions. Felipe Dragovic, expected the championship Brazilian. Nick de Vries, another championship winner, is above him. Then next up are 5 guys who all didn't win the championship, but have all had their name thrown in the hat for an F1 seat at some point, with 3 of them getting F1 seats, with Yuki Tsunoda, Lando Norris, Robert Schwartzman, Oliver Rowland and Zhou Guanyu filling those spots, having around 6 to 8 points per race. Our top 3, we all know who it is, the guys that came in and demolished their season. And 3rd is George Russell with 9.1 points per race. Above him, Charles Leclerc, 9.7 points per race. Then the only one above 10 points per race, Oscar Piastri. Who else? This guy smashed it, and he does again in tonight's award ceremony. This is Oscar's 4th win of the evening, and I'm sure it's not going to be his last. The Lando Norris Tribute Award. Oh, I didn't see you there. Next up, we have the Lando Norris Tribute Award. Now this goes to a driver who, like Lando Norris, hasn't won anything, but was a great driver nonetheless. So all these guys haven't won the championship in F2 yet, but they are all very good drivers who have showed very strong performances in tonight's award ceremony. In 10th, we have Oliver Behrman, still yet to show his full potential in F2, but he's coming soon. Just you wait, the European races are coming up. He's magic. Then we have the Australian Jack Doohan, I think a very underrated dark horse of a guy, and I hope he gets an F1 seat soon because he's quality. His Alpine teammate is up next with Victor Martins, still in F2, getting to the end of his career I think in F2, but one last season to prove himself and get that win. Alexander Albon is next, getting 3rd in a very, very competitive championship with Norris and George Russell both in his series. Now, there might be cause of bias in the comment section because I put my homegrown boy Liam Lawson in 6th. But he did great, getting a solid 3rd in his championship up against a solid driver in Theo Pourchaire and Felipe Dragovic. He dominates sprint races and he loves to drive. He showed why he's quality in F1 when Daniel Ricciardo got injured last season, and he is amazing. Then Robert Schwartzman up next. I think his Russian heritage has kind of ruined his chances in an F1 seat, but he's still in and around the paddock, and that's because he just deserves to be there, being one of the best drivers yet to win a championship in F2. Although he only had one season in the championship, Oliver Rowland showed that he is class when he went up against Leclerc in this first season of F2. In third place, we have an underrated driver in the F1 currently, Yuki Tsunoda. But he's showing everyone that against Daniel Ricciardo, he is it. And he showed it when he was in F2 as well, which is why I put him third. Then we have Lando Norris. It wouldn't be a Lando Norris tribute trophy if he wasn't in second and not winning the championship. So in first, we have Zhou Guanyu, one of the best drivers we've seen in F2, not to win a championship. He deserved that call up to Sauber. So congratulations, Zhou. Impressive stuff, and you were unlucky not to win the championship. The best award. Before we get into the final award of the evening, I'd like to say thank you to a wonderful audience. So raise your glass, raise your beverage, raise your food, whatever you can raise. Thank you. Join me next year in our F2 award ceremony. Can I have a drum roll please for the best award, the best driver, the best winner in F2 ever. The honourable mentions for the best award are Mick Schumacher, Nick De Vries, Theo Pourchaire and Felipe Dragovic, which means we have George Russell, Charles Leclerc and Oscar Piastri all in contention for the coveted Best Award prize. The winner is Oscar Piastri. Congratulations, Piastri. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please subscribe. Peace.